You're listening to the Australian Water Association podcast series. My name's Jo Taranto, and joining me is Emily Thomas, a strategist at City West Water, and we're discussing building a culture of innovation. Welcome, Emily.
Thank you.
So innovation has been a core focus for City West Water for a while, but can you tell me how you've helped foster this through a program that you've been running in the last year?
Yeah, so in the last year we've been running a program called the Shark Tank. So we thought, this is something that's been on TV, people know about it. Let's try and recreate something like this within the water industry, within our own organisation, and really get people engaged. But most importantly, actually develop fabulous ideas that we can then be put forward into the organisation to better service our customers and communities.
So tell us about what the Shark Tank program involved. How did it get started?
So it started with our people. So our people have fabulous ideas, and often we found that they were perhaps fearing putting their ideas forward, and we thought we really need a program that really supports people in putting their ideas forward and then giving them the resources and the time to actually drive their innovative ideas forward. So what we did was we captured those ideas, made it very clear that there was going to be a really strong support network for them. And the way we did that was we ran a Shark Tank innovation event where top 12 ideas that we saw had the most potential were pitched towards a panel of sharks. And this was made up of senior leaders, and those leaders then actually joined these projects and used their really influential position to drive these innovative ideas forward. And from that point, we made sure that the target audience who would be using these ideas were actually brought in as well to get external buy-in across the business. So it's not really external, but further buy-in from across the business to make sure that the ideas that our staff were having were really nailing the crux of the business problem. And then we also, which was another thing that was quite new this year, is we made sure that each of our innovators had time away from their BAU role to actually work on their ideas. And this was really critical because often, people are busy, things pop up, and those innovative ideas tend to be, thought of as the next thing that you'll get to on the list.
How much of a brief did you need to give the staff about the sorts of problems that they were looking to fix, or the sorts of issues that they needed to focus on?
Yeah, so we took the approach of the design thinking method, and we ran design thinking workshops during that ideation process. So design thinking is all about really breaking down the crux of your problem by asking and reframing your problem in multiple ways. I sort of see this as if you're playing a game of Scrabble and you mix the letters around until something pops out. It's kind of like that. And also design thinking is, again, a process where you're trying to understand your target audience. So you are really solving their problem instead of what we find often happens is we actually end up coming up with a new problem to solve, a problem that wasn't really there in the first place. So really supporting people with finding really solid ideas and really getting to the crux of that problem put us on a really great trajectory from the start because the quality of ideas was really strong.
Some of the projects which have come about from the Shark Tank program, can you talk about some of the ones that have been successful in making it into the business?
So one of the most exciting outcomes of the Shark Tank was our machine learning tool. And basically this tool removes the mind-numbing job of reviewing 200 hours of CCTV footage every year by our engineers. And that is CCTV footage looking at our sewer pipeline and identifying either cracks, tree roots or voids in the sewer system. So two of our winning participants were able to develop this tool in a matter of weeks. They involved other people across the business, anyone who was interested, to help us train a machine tool. I don't know the magic formula behind it.
Neither do I.
Yeah, but they were able to do it in record speed, and now we have this tool that's saving us all this time and could potentially be used for other applications.
And some of the other things that your business now has that maybe didn't before include 3D printers.
Yeah.
360-degree cameras.
Yep.
Virtual reality headsets. Are they helping drive further innovation as far as you see?
Definitely. So the 3D printer is something that we absolutely love up on in the strategy and planning team. So we've had so many people actually come to us and say, hey, I want to learn computer-aided design. I'm not an engineer, but I still want to learn because I want to be able to print things on the 3D printer. And we made sure that fun was definitely involved in the process of prototyping, as well as then going, all right, now we need to actually show how the 3D printer can print something that is really useful for us either out on the field or in the office. So a couple of things that we've been able to print have been, we have an issue where our pressure gauges were experiencing water ingress. So someone was able to develop just this nifty little tool to clip onto the top of our pressure gauges and stop water coming in. Another one was we have a digital metering trial at the moment, and to actually activate the digital meters, it's quite hard to do it out in the field when there's sun glare shining on the screen. It's actually kind of hard to see it being activated by holding a magnet at the back of it. So we created this little tool that just clips onto the meter, and now it's really easy to read and you can see when you've activated it. So even though they're small things, they just show what's possible if you can play around with a new tool and bring in the computer-aided design expertise. We'll see what happens in that space.
And certainly the whole tone of the project and the feedback that's coming in from your employees seems to be that this is something that they really want to be part of. Do you think that the benefits of this program also run into things like employee satisfaction and retention and maybe even attracting future employees and potentially young professionals as well, because we know how important that being able to be creative and innovative is to younger generations. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. So as a Gen Y, I'm always keen to know that I'm part of I'm super proud to know that I'm part of an organisation that really does support new ideas and creative thinking. I strongly believe that the future is coming fast and things are rapidly changing, and we really need to be innovating to keep up with this unknown future that is so hard to grasp.
So what are the roadblocks then to innovation? If you've got an organisation that's passionate, what are the things that are going to stop it from really being successful?
The first thing that we found was just a fear of failure, really. So developing this support framework across the organisation through the Shark Tank, we were really able to assuage anyone's fears about having a go and just trialling something. So that was number one. So another thing that is a roadblock to innovation would be tunnel vision. So we find that to create new ideas, you need to have new ideas and new perspectives. So if you are faced with a business problem, it's really critical that you, especially in innovation, that you ask someone totally different. So you could ask a graduate, how would you approach that problem? Or you could ask someone in a new department, or perhaps someone new. And we found this to be incredibly fantastic with the Shark Tank because it did bring together so many different people. And a really great actual tangible outcome of this was one of our participants was able to create 3D models of our treatment plants and visualize our stormwater harvesting sites. And then was then able to put this into a virtual reality format so that our call center staff could actually pop on a headset, jump into our sites and really learn firsthand what they looked like, what they sounded like, how they operate, so that they had that extra knowledge when they were answering customer questions. So that was really fabulous. The third roadblock is sticking instead of quitting. So the Shark Tank really enabled people to have the guts to quit and have the support to quit and do trial and error on mass scale until they were able to come up with a perfect solution.
So you've certainly talked about quitting hard, quitting fast and quitting often within your organisation. It's been an absolute pleasure to hear about how innovation is transforming and building culture. With me today was Emily Thomas, a strategist from City West Water. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you.